Pillows and bed covers shaped sleep in ways modern homes forget. In the early 1900s, families treated the bed as a tool. Every layer had a job. Every choice affected warmth, posture, breathing, and rest. Picture a dim bedroom lit by a single oil lamp. The bed waits, heavy and quiet. Sleep begins with what lies beneath you. Mattresses came first, and they were nothing like modern foam slabs. Most households slept on straw, corn husk, horsehair, or wool-filled mattresses. These mattresses felt firm. They resisted sagging. They forced the spine into a straight position. When you lay down, your body did not sink. It rested. The firmness reduced tossing. Muscles stayed calm. Sleep came faster. These mattresses required upkeep. Families opened them. They fluffed the filling. They replaced worn straw. This constant maintenance kept pests away and kept the surface even. A lumpy mattress meant poor sleep, but a smooth one, well, that meant a full night of rest. This was not comfort by accident. Nope, it was managed. Above the mattress came the bedding layers. Beds in the early 1900s used multiple thin layers instead of just one thick cover. Quilts, blankets, coverlets, and counterpanes were all stacked together. Each layer trapped heat while still letting air move around. This helped prevent dampness. Sweat could evaporate instead of just pooling up. Wool played a central role, you know. Wool regulated temperature. It stayed warm even when it was damp. It also resisted flame, and it lasted for decades. Families really prized wool blankets and would mend them endlessly. This material shaped deeper sleep during cold nights and cool sleep during warm ones. Bed covers also controlled weight. Heavy quilts pressed the body gently. This pressure calmed the nervous system. It reduced nighttime movement. Modern science now calls this grounding. Families then simply called it sleeping soundly. You know, pillows mattered more than most folks realize. Back in the early 1900s, pillows were kept low and firm. People filled them with feathers, wool, or even horsehair. High pillows would bend your neck, so families made a point to avoid those. The main goal was always alignment. Your head, neck, and spine needed to form one straight line. Feather pillows, well, they needed constant care. Feathers would shift around and pillows would flatten out, so families shook them up every day and made sure to air them out in the sunlight. This kept them dry and free of odor. Fresh pillows meant clear breathing and fewer headaches. Some households used no pillow at all. A folded blanket replaced it. This reduced neck strain. It also forced back sleeping. Bed frames influenced airflow. Iron and brass frames dominated bedrooms. They lifted mattresses off the floor. Air moved underneath. Moisture dried. Bugs stayed away. Wooden frames existed, but, iron just resisted pests better. These frames also creaked less, which was a real blessing. Noise disturbed sleep, no doubt about it. Solid joints mattered a lot, so families tightened bolts often. A quiet bed supported deep rest, and that's something folks truly valued. Sheets touched the skin and, really demanded attention. Linen and cotton ruled bedrooms back then. Linen felt cool and crisp, while cotton felt soft and warm. Sheets stayed plain and light-colored. Dark dyes, well, they hid pests poorly. Light fabric revealed dirt and insects quickly. Sheets were washed frequently. Weekly washing stood common, and this reduced skin irritation and illness. Clean sheets meant better sleep. The ritual mattered as much as the fabric. Room setup finished the system. Beds sat away from walls. Air flowed freely. Windows were cracked open even in winter. Fresh air, well, it mattered more than warmth. Bedrooms stayed sparse. There was no clutter near the bed. Fewer objects meant fewer hiding places for insects. Calm spaces, calm the mind. Walls and floors shaped sound and temperature. Rugs covered cold floors and tapestries insulated walls. These softened echoes held warmth and reduced drafts. Nighttime routines prepared the body. Families aired the bed each morning, covers folded back, and mattresses dried. At night, blankets were layered carefully, lamps were dimmed, and noise was lowered. Folks' bodies pretty much followed a routine back then. Sleep would arrive at the same hour every night, almost like clockwork. And, well, meals always ended early in the evening. Heavy food was kept far away from bedtime, just to make sure sleep came easy. These days, modern homes can actually take a page from those old lessons. You might want to choose firmer mattresses, layer your blankets instead of using just one heavy comforter, and use lower pillows. Oh, and don't forget to air out the room every night and remove any clutter for a better night's rest. These changes, cost very little, yet they sure do improve rest quickly. Deep sleep doesn't really require technology, it just requires intention. Back in the early 1900s, folks really saw sleep as survival. You can do the same, Just try applying one change tonight and, well, see if you notice the difference by morning. Go ahead and subscribe for more of these forgotten practices that still work. And, hey, share this with someone you know who's struggling to get some sleep. Build your bedroom like your health depends on it, because, honestly, it does.